It's finally time for my first Q&A video. I'm super excited. I asked you guys a while back what questions you had for me, and boy did I get a lot of questions. So thank you so much for all the kind words and the support. It really means a lot to me, and it's a big inspiration for me and motivation to keep on making videos. So from my heart to yours, thank you guys. So the questions I got from you guys were about all kinds of different topics. So for this video, I grouped them together a little bit and I'll be answering each one of them today, all kinds of different topics, so stay tuned. I got myself a nice cup of tea to begin, so let's get started. So I thought it'd be fun to start with a couple of personal questions. I live in the Netherlands and I'm Dutch and I'm 29 years old and I'll be turning 30 in a couple of months, which is really weird for me because it sounds really grown up. Lynn R asked me about my favorite food, which is a toughie because I like all food, sweet, savory, I don't care. And I also really love cooking, so picking a favorite is a hard one, but lately I've been really getting into Indian food a lot because of all the flavors, and it's also really easy if you don't eat meat or fish. And I also really love pancakes and all the fruit I can eat. So Mind of Mine asked me about my job and my study. I actually graduated as a dietitian a few years ago, but I only worked in dietetics for about 2 years, and after that I've had office jobs mostly, management positions, and for the last year I've been a project manager. Right now I'm still not working yet because of my burnout that I had last year, which I talked about in a previous video also. It wasn't really related to stress or work stress or anything like that. My burnout had other reasons. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. But I think I'll be starting work again real soon. You also asked me about my boyfriend, my relationship. We've been together a very long time now, over 15 years, so really long time. We met in high school and we've just been very happy together since. I feel very blessed to have met him at such a young age. You also asked me about my favorite travels, which for me are definitely Iceland and Japan. I just love to go to those places. They feel like a home away from home for me. And I also love to go to Texel, which is an island at the north of the Netherlands, so a little bit closer. It's really beautiful there. The scenery is just breathtaking. I can definitely recommend traveling there sometime. Siri H asked me if I'm into zero waste. I have to honestly say I don't live a completely zero waste lifestyle, but I am of course mindful of the important things like we never throw away food, always bringing my own shopping bag, never buying bottled water, getting things like letters and stuff digitally, stuff like that. I feel those things are very important. Mariana Schwartzapel, I'm very sorry, that was probably really bad. You asked me how I negotiated a 4-day work week, which is a great question, I love it. For me, having a day off is just so important for my mental and physical well-being, and I just love to do other things besides my job, such as this channel. So I'm always honest and upfront about it, and there's no negotiating for me. So sometimes I didn't go after a certain job or I didn't get a certain promotion because it would mean me working 5 days a week, and I don't want that. But sometimes I did get the job or I did get the promotion because they wanted me to do it and I convinced them that I could do it in 4 days. So, and I've also noticed that if they know that there's no wiggle room there and they're happy with my contributions, then they never ask me to work more than that. So I think it's all about priorities and setting boundaries. Linda Roberts asked me, what makeup products do you use because you always look so put together? Thank you so much, Linda, that's very sweet. First of all, I don't buy products that have been tested on animals. I feel very strongly about that. And I don't even have that much products, just the ones that I use frequently. And I have pretty easy skin, so I'm very lucky. I don't really break out that much, which is very nice. So usually I just wear a bit of foundation underneath the eyes also, and then a little bit of bronzer on top because my skin is very pale. And then I use a little bit of peach-colored blush on the cheekbones, and I draw in my eyebrows because they're very light and you wouldn't see them otherwise. I use eyeliner, black in a wing shape usually, and then a little bit of white eyeshadow in the corners of my eyes. Also a little bit of strobing cream, like a sparkly in like a 3 shape, to make that stand out more, and a little bit of either lip balm or a very light shade of beigey brown lipstick. I don't really like to wear lip gloss. And now on to the topic of YouTube. Ivana asked me, what are your tips for new content creators for reaching more audience? Hi Ivana. Yeah, I've thought about this a bit because I don't really consider myself to be an expert on this either. I'm also still learning, but I guess it's 2 things. The first is to find a topic that you could talk about for hours and hours without ever getting bored, that you like to read about or hear about or learn about, and that's truly your passion, and then talk about that in your videos. Don't worry too much about what people might want to see or what topics are popular. Because I think if you're just truly 100% yourself and you talk about your passions, then that authenticity will shine through and people will respond to that. And the second thing is to study up. There are many videos on YouTube about how to create a YouTube channel, how to make videos, how to get more views and everything. And these people are experts. They've already done their homework for you, so you can use that. One of my favorites is Sunny Lenarduzzi. Sunny Lenarduzzi. She has great content and she's really helped me out a lot. Teresa asked me why I decided on a YouTube channel as a platform instead of a book or a blog. I really honestly cannot tell you this because I made this decision purely based on my gut feeling. I kept getting inspiration for videos even before I started, and it just felt like this was something that I wanted to do. It's actually really funny too because as a person I'm really camera shy. So my friends and family were shocked when I told them this, but it just felt right, and you know, I'm happy that I did it. Even though I still think about writing a book sometimes, so I might do that as well in the future. And I've also made a website at simplehappyzen.com, so you can visit if you want. And now on to the topic of minimalism. Shannon B asked me if I ever still give into consumerism impulses. Great question. I do still buy things, of course, but I think around 95% of the time I really think it through and I sleep on it for a few days before deciding to buy something or not. But a few weeks ago I walked past a store and they had this really cute air plant that I instantly fell in love with. And I bought it then and there, so that happens too sometimes. Yoni Griffith, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, asked me if I feel like I have the right amount of stuff and if I'm content. And that's exactly what it is. I feel like I don't have too little or too much, that there's a great balance and I'm 100% content. Tina P asked me how long did it take for me to declutter my wardrobe and have I tried capsule wardrobe? It took me a while with my wardrobe to get it right. It took a few decluttering rounds. It was the hardest thing for me to declutter and organize. I feel like I have it now. I haven't tried the capsule wardrobe thing, but this question kind of got me curious. So I counted yesterday and right now I have exactly 55 items in my wardrobe. That's everything I have, so summer, winter, all seasons, and including shoes, and not counting underwear and pajamas and stuff. Teresa asked me, do you have hobbies that challenge your financial approach to minimalism? The answer is not really. My hobbies aren't that expensive. I do play piano, so I bought a digital piano a few years ago, but it wasn't really an expensive one. My yoga is practically free. I like to read a lot of books, so I buy a lot of ebooks. And I play games occasionally, but I only buy them when they're on sale. And I study Japanese, but that's not expensive either. But I feel like if you really love your hobby and you can afford it, then you shouldn't just dismiss it simply because of minimalism. I think hobbies enrich our lives and it's okay to pay for them. And now for the topic of Zen and meditation. Siri H asked me if I meditate every day and how did I get into a regular practice. Yes, I meditate every day, but the way I meditate can be different. So for some days I can sit in a formal meditation pose for around 10-15 minutes. Sometimes I sit a little bit longer with a guided meditation perhaps. And some days I do informal meditation, which is where you apply gentle awareness to the moment, to whatever it is that you're doing and experiencing. For example, when doing the dishes or cooking or walking outside. I tend to always listen to what my intuition is telling me I need, and seeing how much I enjoyed meditation automatically made me get into a regular practice. The other Alice, Mine of Mine, and Teresa all asked me what started me on my Zen journey and if there was a particular event or trigger, or did it happen gradually. I started meditating a long time ago. I don't really remember my age at the time, but I think I was around 13, 14 that I started meditating. And as with many things in my life, it started with an internal feeling that I had that made me sit down and meditate, some kind of motivation or inspiration. There wasn't really a particular trigger. So then I started to learn more about it also, read a lot of books about it, and I started to also get into karate and tai chi. And during those practices we also meditated, so that was a big part of it and got me even more into it. I practiced karate for around 3 years, which is really funny to me now because my body is quite fragile and sensitive, and I used to have all kinds of bruises everywhere after the trainings, and I even got a few rather serious injuries from it. So I had to quit karate at that time, and right now I'm just thinking like, what was I thinking? But I did continue Tai Chi, and I did that for 11 years, and I've been practicing daily yoga for the last 3 years. So I believe I've answered all the questions by now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions left about my answers that I haven't got to yet, then please let me know in the comment section and I'll catch you there. Again, thank you so much for all the support. It means a lot to me. And if you like this video, then please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. I hope to see you again next week. Have a great day. Bye bye.